Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 5 on WBON Channel 9, where every local story starts here. I'm Gwendolyn Morton. Well, a protest was held this morning at EKU by the United Campus Workers Group. We're going to have lots of information on that. And the Richmond Chamber of Commerce held their annual kickoff today. More info on that as well. But first, in our WBON Channel 9 big story of the day, Madison County residents can rest easy tonight after a missing Madison County teen was found this afternoon. With more on this story, here's WBON TV's Abby Briggs.
Earlier today, the Madison County Sheriff's Department asked for help in finding 14-year-old James Newland after he was last seen in his home on Poozy Ridge Road in Richmond yesterday around 4:30 p.m. Kentucky State Police, Kirksville Fire Department, Madison County EMS, and several other officials, volunteers, and community members set up a command center at Salem Church to combine search efforts for Newland. Newland was safely located at roughly 1:15 this afternoon and is reported as safe and being evaluated by Madison County EMS as a precaution. The Madison County Sheriff's Department extends their thanks to everyone that participated in the search effort. For WBON TV Channel 9, I'm Abby Briggs.
Thanks, Abby, for that story. We'll have more details on that, of course, as they become available. Well, United Campus Workers Group at Eastern Kentucky University hosted a protest this afternoon at the Powell Plaza. Faculty and staff, including student staff, gathered in the common area of campus where they hosted a kickoff to the event with live music. As the event continued, participants picketed and had a petition available for attendees to sign. Several speakers stepped up to share their experiences and reasons why they chose to join the organization. United Campus Workers hope to address ever-increasing workloads, working without pay, little to no representation in university decision-making, and several years of unchanging wages. Attendees were given the opportunity to speak with members and to learn about the group and its goals throughout the protest. Well, according to the Nicholasville Police Department, one person was killed when a semi-truck, which was not pulling a trailer, struck a bicyclist on northbound 27 at Shun Pike shortly after 5 a.m. this morning. According to reports, the cyclist was killed and the coroner was called to the scene. Northbound US 27 was closed until around 9 a.m. this morning, forcing drivers to take an alternate route in that area. Well, in a story we've been following here, we're learning more about a murder case that unraveled during a police chase in southern Kentucky. David Reed appeared in court for a preliminary hearing on Tuesday morning. He was apprehended following a multi-county pursuit that ended in Laurel County and started right here in Madison County. According to Kentucky State Police, Rachel Carter's body was discovered in a plastic tote in the back of Reed's SUV. He is facing a slew of charges, including murder and corpse abuse. Reed admitted to knowing Carter and causing her death. That's according to a KSP detective that testified this morning. The location of the murder has yet to be determined by investigators. According to the trooper, four KSP cruisers were damaged during that chase, and Reed's case was waived to the grand jury. I'm sure we're going to have lots more info as that becomes available as well. Well, the Richmond Chamber of Commerce held their annual kickoff luncheon today at the Perkins Building on the Eastern Kentucky University campus. Board Chair Greg Garrett introduced incoming President and CEO Colleen Spencer to the members and friends of the Chamber in attendance. Colleen thanked everyone in attendance and stated that she is excited about the future of the Richmond Chamber of Commerce and proud to be on board. Colleen also thanked past President CEO Mindy Goebel for her hard work and the 14 years of service to the Chamber. Madison Pergram, the Chamber's marketing director, also thanked the vendors and the attendees for coming to the kickoff luncheon. Several Chamber members and local vendors had tables set up and were giving away tokens of appreciation. The next Chamber event is planned for Thursday, February the 23rd at 8:30 a.m., where Mayor Blythe will address the state of the city. You can go to the Chamber's website if you plan to attend that event. Well, a captain with the Kentucky State Police is suing the agency for discrimination. Captain Jennifer Sandlin is a post commander for Hazards Post 13. Sandlin is a first female commander in the history of Post 13. She previously worked at Pikeville Post 9. According to the Courier-Journal, Sandlin sued the agency, accusing it of discrimination because she was passed over for a promotions that were then given instead to male colleagues. According to the paper, she attempted to advance in rank but was denied due to her gender and her status as a mother. Sandlin filed her suit in the Franklin Circuit Court in August. Thomas Clay, a Louisville attorney, will be representing Sandlin in that case. Well, a woman was arrested on Thursday after a child was found alone in a parking lot of her residence. Eastern Kentucky police reported finding a young boy, approximately 4 to 5 years old, alone in a parking lot of the EKU Scholar House. Officers asked the boy to take them to his home, where they observed the door being open and no one inside. The boy stated that his mother had left to go to Walmart and had just been gone forever to the police. The mother returned and was identified as Iva DeMoss Hale. She explained that she had only been gone for 10 minutes despite cameras in the area showing Hale leaving at 8:38 and returning about 9:15 p.m. Officers observed an alcoholic smell coming from Hale, but Hale explained that she was drinking half a beer and would spill the rest on herself. Hale also admitted to being on several medications, including Adderall, Prozac, Wellbutrin, and several vitamins. After being informed of her arrest, Hale was taken to the Baptist Health Richmond for the treatment of a possible panic attack and was later transferred to the Madison County Detention Center. Hale is charged with endangering the welfare of a minor. Social services was called to Hale's adopted parents took possession of that child. Well, with that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We've got lots more news. Of course, we've got weather coming up right after this.
At Fast Flow Plumbing, you aren't sending your money to Texas and Florida to the big corporate plumbing companies. We're local, and that allows us to invest in the latest technologies like Permaliner for no-dig sewer replacements, which we warranty for 20 years. Fast Flow is the future of plumbing. Don't destroy your landscaping and finished basement because a plumber tells you he has to replace your sewer. Keep your home beautiful. Call a local pro at Fast Flow.
If you've dreamed of a job where you can help keep your family and community safe while planning for the future, then you need to check out the Fayette County Detention Center.
We're starting out $20 an hour. We have 8 paid holidays, 120 hours of sick time and vacation time a year. When you work a holiday, you actually make double pay. Our retirement is at 25 years. If you start out at 21, you'll be fully retired at 46, 25, fully retired at 50. Fayette County Detention Center is an amazing place to work.
Hi there, I'm Alan Feldhouse Jr., head basketball coach at Madison Central High School. Here at MCHS, we have built a winning team. I'd like to tell you about another local winning team, family-owned and operated Bluegrass Restoration and Construction. They specialize in roofing, general construction, and home maintenance services. Just like on the court, you need a team that will work together to get the job done, and that's exactly what BRC does. Give them a call at 859-353-1133. Road Tribe.
The City of Richmond Stormwater Management Program works to protect our waterways from pollution and to help citizens with stormwater runoff and flooding. Stormwater is the rain and snow that runs off rooftops, roads, sidewalks, and other surfaces that cannot absorb water, which affects water quality. The City of Richmond Stormwater Management Program is dedicated to helping its citizens understand what stormwater is and its impacts on our watersheds and waterways. For more info, visit buildrichmondky.com and click on the Stormwater tab.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
Man Chrysler in Richmond is Truck Town, USA. New trucks, used trucks, little trucks, big trucks, short trucks, Long trucks. Hey, that's not a truck. Work trucks and fancy trucks. Who says you can't get a truck? Come on down to Man Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Richmond for your best deal today. Truck Town, USA.
Well, welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON Channel 9. Actually, a pretty nice day out there. We got some sunshine and the temperatures weren't too bad either. We've got Susie Martin in the Weather Center to let us know what the rest of the week looks like.
Thank you so much, Gwendolyn, from the Bluegrass Restoration and Construction Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Susie Martin. We're tracking this powerful storm that's going to be driving in a shield of rain, but also considerable wintry mixing going on, which could actually result in multiple opportunities for some snow showers here, which we'll be discussing. We also do have strong wind concerns as the winds are going to be increasing as well. Now, as we head into tonight, notice how we do have a wintry mix scenario panning out because temperatures are going to be hovering around those mid-30s and a cold enough layer to support some snow showers mixing in by tomorrow morning. This could result in a coating of snow for us here with higher totals the more north you get. So here's a look at our setup by the morning time frame. Cold air interacting with that tremendous moisture that's feeding out of this low. Now, if you're farther south, it's too warm really to support winter weather. We're keeping the forecast as rain, but here cutting right across the greater Richmond area into the north, a trace to maybe an inch, maybe even 2 inches of snow. And then the more north you go, the better the opportunity for seeing more accumulating snow. The models are still at odds with each other a little bit in terms of the track and intensity of the storm, but we do see, again, a great deal of precipitation feeding in. If cold enough air is supportive for some wintry weather, this could result again in some snow showers in the morning. Then on the back side of the system, some spots of snow showing up here into our Thursday morning, Wednesday night, Thursday morning. And that's due to the back side of the system, wraparound moisture that could result in, again, some light accumulation. So we have a couple of opportunities for some winter weather. It's 33 degrees here in Richmond for tonight, and for tomorrow, tracking very gusty winds. A wind advisory is in effect for our Wednesday due to powerful winds that will be in progress. So planning on a wind-swept scene here. Again, monitoring the potential for some light snow accumulations, turning colder with a Thursday high of 37. Back to you.
Thanks, Susie. And for weather all the time, you can find it on Channel 9 online. Check out our Facebook page and WBONTV.com. Well, some exciting news for Kentucky native Chris Stapleton. He is set to perform the national anthem at this year's Super Bowl. The NFL announced on Tuesday that Stapleton, who grew up in Staffordsville, will perform the Star-Spangled Banner for football's biggest night. Some of the country's music artist's biggest hits include Tennessee Whiskey, Parachute, Starting Over, and You Should Probably Leave. Stapleton was also recently named CMA Male Vocalist of the Year for 2022. Rihanna will perform during this year's Super Bowl halftime show. The Super Bowl will be broadcast on February the 12th. Well, according to an arrest warrant, one deputy jailer in eastern Kentucky was arrested for misconduct. Aaron Rounds was charged with assault and official misconduct for attacking a prisoner in the Floyd County Jail. The Floyd County attorney, Keith Bartley, confirmed. According to an arrest warrant, on January the 13th, Rounds struck an inmate with his fist and a firearm many times. According to that warrant, Rounds was serving as a deputy jailer at the time of the attack. According to Floyd County Jailer Steve Little, the Prestonsburg Police Department and Floyd County Attorney Office are both looking into the incident. Little reassures us that the jail is a clean, secure, and safe place. Rounds was sent to the Pike County Detention Center. Well, at approximately 7:50 a.m., the City of London Fire Department was dispatched to a structure fire near South Main Street and Cornett Drive. When fire units arrived on the scene and reported a working structure fire, London Fire Department Command requested the Laurel County Fire Department to respond for manpower. Fire units made entry into the residence and began an offensive fire attack. The fire was located on the second floor of the residence. Once the fire was extinguished, fire crews began ventilation and overhaul. The cause of that fire is still under investigation. Agencies on the scene were the Laurel County Fire Department, Ambulance Inc. of Laurel County, the London Police Department, the Laurel County DPS Emergency Management, East Bernstedt Fire Department, and the City of London Street Department also was at the scene of that fire. Well, with that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We've got Dawson Rule. He is in with sports coming up next.
Choose Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital for your health care. Consider having your preventative care such as a CT lung screening, a mammogram, or a colonoscopy at Markham and Wallace Hospital. You can feel safe to come to the hospital campus. Following CDC guidelines, our care team is doing everything possible to ensure your safety and well-being. For more information about Markham and Wallace Hospital, call 606-723-2115 or visit mercy.com.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond can energize you when your batteries fade out. They can also cut and make most home and automobile keys, replace and program key fobs, and make copies of your house keys. Plus, cell phone screen repair. Bring in your Apple or Samsung today. We are your home for all batteries. Go see Chris at Batteries Unlimited, Commercial Drive in Richmond.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
I'm Michelle. And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop's Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see ya.
If you love local sports, you'll love the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Join your hosts Samantha Burford and Michael Watkins as they break down, recap, and preview sports news in our area. Each Monday night from 6 to 7 on WBON TV Channel 9 and on Y92.5, V99.3, and CBS Sports Radio 103.5. The Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show is also brought to you by the Richmond Raceway, Bluegrass Restoration and Construction, the Law Office of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Bishop's Small Engine Repair.
Chenault Vineyards has become a premier destination in Richmond for family and friends looking for fun and entertainment. The vineyard sits on 500 acres with breathtaking views and several different things for you to enjoy while you're there. Live music, tastings, tours, a walking trail, or maybe you'd like to host your own event at the vineyard. Visit ChenaultVineyards.com to check out the complete list of upcoming events. Like them on Facebook to stay informed, or like Chenault Vineyards on Instagram.
Welcome back to Live at 5 with the big games at Southern tonight. Most attention in the area will be on the Eagles and the Lady Eagles basketball teams. While that's true, there are some other highlights from last night's sports show to discuss. With more on sports, here's WBON TV's sports anchor, Dawson Rule.
Yesterday, I built up hype for the big game down at Southern. In just a few hours, the Eagles will play one of the biggest regular season games of the season against North Laurel and superstar Kentucky commit Reed Shepherd. It's going to be a massive showdown at Southern, which if you can't make it, please tune into Facebook tonight for our big live stream of the game. It'll be a packed house in Berea, so if you're coming, get there early. Last night, we also had the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, which had so many highlights. I'd rather just show them now than tell, but it included football, basketball, and we honored a former Madison Southern women's player. Not everyone gets to see the sports show, so for now, let's check out some of the many highlights from last night.
None of those kids are. That's the thing that I think is so different about this Southern team to Southern teams we've seen in the last 5-10 years. We saw it last year. They weren't scared of Madison Central. They weren't scared of Dunbar in the region. They weren't scared of Frederick Douglass.
Yeah.
They didn't win that game against Douglass, but they competed. They come out and they play ball. They are not scared of anybody, and I think that's why they are such a dangerous team. They play loose, they play hard, and that's why they have been such a good team this year.
Now, Douglass has only got 2 losses, right?
Yeah, Dawson,
so
yeah.
Oh, is that what you – sorry, I missed
no,
it.
It was right. Yeah.
So that is such a team that if anybody can beat them, this
– Well, Catholics are out there, too. They're
Right.
top 10. I mean, that's great crossing. The 11th region is loaded.
Best region in the state.
Yeah.
Argue with me, it's not going to be one. I mean, it's the best
There's probably
region.
6 teams
We all
that can
agree,
legitimately win the region, and nobody be surprised, I think. And we're starting to really see the teams kind of separate as we go throughout.
And it's kind of unfair, too, that this region is so heavy because, I mean, just think if any of them were in their own region, they'd all win.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then have to play together at state against each other.
Well, I've always heard in baseball, basketball, even in girls basketball, the 11th region's almost a miniature, state tournament. When Central won it a few years ago, you had Lexington Catholic and Douglass that were also in the top 10. Central, kind of had that incredible run with Cole Brown and the guys. That just goes to show you again how it's every year, too. It's not just once every now and then. It's every single year. The 11th region has so many teams that can compete.
It was a long list when they named all this out. I'll tell everybody watching. She spent 6 years on the varsity team. She was the leading scorer on the 8th grade team and every year since then, so all those years. She was the academic all-state all 4 years in high school. She was a 2-time 44th district team champ on her team championship team, 2-time all 44th district team she was on, 2-time district MVP award. Then she's the 4-time all region team and 3-time all 11th region tournament team, and then the second regional win in school history that she was on. Not only did she score 2,194 points, she became the second all-time leading scorer at Madison Southern Lady Eagles, but she was also 760 total rebounds she had.
There's the video of her being honored here at midcourt. Madison Southern, West Jessamine, and Montgomery County. So the Eagles, which had been in a 5-team district for as long as I can remember, now go back to a 4-team district. And this one also looks very winnable
favorable
for the Eagles, who, under first-year coach last year, did a really good job. But I think now they bring some good young talent back. They could be a team to watch out for. They should enter next season as the favorites as you lose Collins and Woodford County. Probably the 2 best teams, the 2 most teams that they had to compete with. Now the Eagles may be the favorite in this district, maybe every year.
I'm glad they got Woodford out. They've become a powerhouse now. So, yeah, get rid of them. That's a rivalry, unfortunately, that Southern will lose. They have been rivals with Woodford County for a long time. So, sad to see that go. But we know East Jessamine's not too good. West Jessamine's middle of the pack, and I don't think Montgomery County's the hottest in football. So, Madison Southern, this is awesome for them. I'm glad. And with a new coach, now they're getting a new thing. This is perfect for them. Perfect timing. And you've got to be happy if you're an Eagles fan. They can start getting some district championships, get their program rolling back to the winning ways. I mean, you got to be excited. I'm excited for them.
As you just heard, there was so much to discuss. Also, don't forget tonight, Madison Central plays on the road at Lincoln County in a very winnable road game. Keep an eye out for the Indians score tonight, as I think they can get a big road win. Also tonight, the Kentucky Wildcats take on Vanderbilt on the road with a late 9 p.m. tip-off. For fans choosing to stay up, look for Kentucky to get another win before their massive matchup against Kansas on Saturday. That's all for sports today. We had many highlights from last night, but tomorrow should be a great segment, as many final scores and upcoming games will be discussed.
Thanks, Dawson, for that sports report. We're going to take one more break. Don't go anywhere. Lots more news right here, live at 5.
WBON TV9 is proud to be your source for local news, local weather, and local sports. At WBON TV9, we pride ourselves on being the local leader when something happens in our area. Channel 9 reaches nearly 900,000 people with our over-the-air coverage. WBON TV9 is also the #1 source you turn to locally for news on Facebook and WBONTV.com. Now you can enjoy all the local news, weather, and sports each weekday afternoon. Join us each weekday from 5 to 5:30 for the Live at 5 newscast. It's streaming on the WBON TV Facebook page, YouTube channel, Roku channel, and our live player on WBONTV.com. And of course on Richmond's first TV channel. Available on Spectrum Channel 712, Urban Community Television, PRTC Cable, and Channel 9.1 over the air. WBON TV, where every local story starts here.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Support local and get your vehicle running at its peak performance with CT Diesel Performance off Exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff specialize in diesel performance and repair that will service any vehicle, big or small, with oil changes, brakes, tires, alignments, and more. Broke down and need a tow? Well, call CT Diesel at 859-699-8712. Like them on Facebook to enter a weekly drawing for a free oil change. CT Diesel Performance off Exit 97 in Richmond.
It's the common thread that ties us together, making life better for everyone. At CVNB, that means better banking, better accounts and lending, better experiences, better schools and better communities. Better. It's what ties us together. CVNB. Bank better.
At WBON TV 9, you can count on our weather team to keep you up to date with all the latest developments, watches, and warnings.
We're here for you night and day, 24/7, no matter what the weather brings.
WBON TV 9 and our media partner 100.7 The Coyote are dedicated to you. That's why we say when the weather turns extraordinary, so does our coverage.
Get your forecast each weekday during the Live at 5 newscast on WBON TV 9, where every local story starts here.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on WBON Channel 9. One Richmond man was left getting a little upset over spilt milk last weekend. According to reports, Richmond Police Department was called to a residence of a 25-year-old Sydney Hall on Friday for the 20th of the reports for domestic violence. Upon arriving on the scene, police report seeing Hall's girlfriend with lacerations to her forehead. According to Hall, the laceration was a result of Hall's girlfriend tripping on spilt milk after an argument ensued over the couple's children. Hall's girlfriend claims that Hall had gotten in her face during an argument over their children and began shouting at her, and then he headbutted her. Hall allegedly claimed that there was no physical altercation between him and his girlfriend, but was eventually arrested and charged with 4th-degree domestic assault. Hall is currently lodged in the Madison County Detention Center. Well, Georgetown now has an official new police chief. Darren Allgood was unanimously elected chief of the department by the city council on Monday night. Bernie Jenkins, the newly elected mayor, sparked outrage when he decided to fire longtime chief Michael Bossy. Last night, the temperature was much lower, and many people expressed their support for the mayor. Many people expressed their displeasure with the decision to fire the former chief earlier this month. Well, if you're looking for an exciting job, how about the Whitehall Volunteer Fire Department? They are accepting applications and they can be found on the website. They have openings for firefighters and non-firefighting positions. If you have any questions, you're asked to send them a message or use the link at the flyer, or take a look at this flyer to find out more. Thanks so much for joining us today on Live at 5. We've got a big day of sports here. Make sure you join Jamie and Tom tonight. They're going to be at Southern. There's going to be a big doubleheader. Southern girls play Lincoln County, and then the boys play North Laurel. You can find that on Facebook and YouTube. Have a wonderful night. I'll see you right back here tomorrow, Live at 5.